All right, this is a drone video of a pretty darn spectacular property. 4 acres, direct frontage on the take line at Bull Shoals Lake with an old homestead, including a log cabin and a stacked stone root cellar, which is pretty darn amazing. So the truck is parked at the easement road at the northeast side. We're looking basically, I guess, southwesterly over the property and at the lake. On the other side of the lake, you can see Tucker Hollow Marina. And I believe we're just going to slowly fly southwesterly and get a good overview of this. So like I said, the truck is parked on the easement road. You see that road going off kind of at an angle toward the right. That's a private trail on the property. So at one time, decades ago, that was scheduled to be some type of road, I believe, for a subdivision. You can see that kind of stair-stepping its way through the peninsula if you look on the maps. But that is not a road easement. So that is just a little private trail on the property. Look at the maps if you're curious to see just what I mean by that. So that's the entrance into the private drive. It goes left and right. And I believe we're going to just follow it southerly for a little bit. The land is on both sides of that trail now. Now when we did this drone video, we had no idea about the old homestead. So we'll fly right over that. Couldn't see anything because of the trees. I'm sure no one has known that homestead has been there for decades, but it is super cool. Check out the ground video in the listing if you want to see that. So now looking westerly at Bull Shoals Lake. So the west side borders the Corps of Engineer land for it's about 500 feet. I believe it's over 500 feet. And then the south side of the property borders the Corps of Engineer for 250 or 300 feet. I mean, either way, you've got really good access to the Corps of Engineer land, which takes you right to the water. And by the way, the Corps of Engineer land is open for hunting. So in addition to having your own property here, you have direct access into hundreds of acres of public land for additional hunting and recreation, which is pretty great. So if you go straight west from about the middle of the property, that section of the Corps land slopes down gradually, and then the last little bit is a steep drop to the water. It's about a 10 or 15 foot drop down to the water. If you want a place more conducive to walking right to the shoreline, all you have to do is head to the south a little bit, and there you've got a gradual slope right down to the water, even actually a really small little miniature cove there. Maybe we'll check that out. I don't recall what we do in the video here. It was really early morning when we took this video. The sun, well, I guess it wasn't that early, but it was about 8 o'clock in the morning when we took this video. So I remember getting up really early, but by the time we had done all the morning routines and gotten to the property, it was a little after 8 o'clock. So looking southerly, that's Timber Shoals Ranch on the left. At the just around that corner is what we call the Sandy Beach area, and you'll see that in the listing, and you can see that on the maps. That's one spot that's pretty handy that we've used to put jet skis and a pontoon boat in the water. Super close, extremely private, because the only road that goes there goes through Timber Shoals Ranch, which is a private road. So unless you're a property owner, you're not getting there by vehicle. So there's that little miniature cove I was talking about. I mean, that's just right through the Corps of Engineer land. So nice little easy walk. Now the cove is interesting because if you look to the left, going north from the cove, that's where you have that little bluff. But that cove is the transition area. So from there going south, it's much more gradual right to the water. So it kind of gives you the best of both worlds. I know a lot of people love to have the bluff available because you can have a lot of fun jumping off that. And it's not one of the crazy 100-foot bluffs where people get hurt. It's only about 10 or 15 feet, and the water's generally quite clear, so you can actually see what's beneath you. But if you're not into that, just walk to the south a little bit, and as soon as you hit that cove, that's kind of the break point where the land goes more gradually into the water. So looking southerly toward the Sandy Beach area. It was a little foggy that morning, and it hadn't quite cleared when we were doing this drone video. But now, of course, we're looking northerly. You can see the property, you can see the road. Basically, entirely wooded with good timber. Toward the north, probably more cedar, and toward the middle and south, more hardwood trees with some really nice hardwoods, and nice cedars as well. Actually, a great mix of timber. So kind of slowly flying northerly, the property is beneath us, and we're up in the clouds. Kind of cool, actually. Who would have known a few years ago that we'd be flying a drone over the property? Back in the day, we had to hire an airplane and go to a little private airport and fly over the properties that way. And then we were the only ones with aerial videos. Come to think of it, we still kind of are. Okay, so coming down below the clouds, and we're going to look back to the west, westerly anyway, over the property. Yeah, because there's Tucker Hollow Marina, which is pretty cool. It's handy as well to have that right there. Gas up your boat or grab a snack or whatnot. See, we were just out at Timber Shoals Ranch 2 or 3 days ago. We brought a couple jet skis. We put the jet skis in the water at State Line Cove, and the ladies took the jet skis to the south, and the guys took the truck and drove down and met them. We met up at that sandy beach area, and that's where we hung out all day. It was an absolute blast. Caught some fish and goofed off and had a really good time. So looking westerly there, you can see the truck parked on the road. Oh, and that's that. So yeah, pretty spectacular property. I mean, it just has so much going for it. If you're into kind of history, it'd be really cool to research that home site and see what that's all about. But I mean, a hand-hewn log cabin and a stacked stone root cellar, pretty rare. Pretty not something you see all that often. So we think it's pretty interesting. We hope you do too. And if you have any questions, just let us know. But all you have to do is go to InstantAcres.com to see if the property is still available. Or give us a call in the office, or definitely can send us an email at sales@instantacres.com. And we look forward to speaking with you.